Here's another one of that adorable little girl with her daddy the day before he was deployed. So, the concern that she had with this photo was that the background was blown out and she wanted to brighten the baby's eyes. So, first of all, I'll say I'm not really bothered by the blown out background. The lighting on the people is fantastic. There's no problem there, and the background is just the background, and so I probably wouldn't worry about it. But since you asked, I will show you one method that you could do to just kind of fix that blown out background. So I'm going to get the clone stamp and put it about 50% and make it a little bit bigger. And what I'm going to do is just kind of soften the edges of the blown out part and get rid of that by just cloning the other background. And I'm just sampling here and then bringing it down, sampling and bringing down. And if you notice, if I get too close to the edge where it's sampling, then it puts a hard line. So try to avoid that as much as you can, but it does happen sometimes. Now I'm doing it at 50% because I kind of want to just fade into the people. You can bring the clone stamp right next to your subject, but you're going to have a hard line there, and it's hard to make that look natural. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of bring some color into all of this in the background. And then I'm going to put a texture over it, so it will just pretty much look like a background, not really anything in particular. I'm just getting rid of these highlighted areas around here. If blown out backgrounds really bother you, it takes a while to fix things in Photoshop. So if you can watch out for things like that as you're shooting, then that might be the best solution. So I'm going to open up one of my textures. I'm trying to think of everything that I have in here. Let's try this one. I'm just really kind of randomly picking a texture. I just want to make the background a little less noticeable since I've done things to it. And so I'm going to size this to the photo. And then choose my blending mode. We'll try overlay first because that's one of my favorites. I like what it's doing to the background here. I think that looks good, and so I'm going to try soft light. Looks nice too. I think I liked the soft light best. I could choose overlay and pull the opacity back, but I think I'll just go with soft light. Pull the opacity back a bit, and then for this one I'm just going to do the erasing method. So I made a layer mask there, and I'm going to choose the brush, make sure it's black, make it a little bigger, and I'm just going to erase the texture right off of them. I didn't really like the color that the texture made their skin, so that's why I'm choosing this method instead of the lassoing, blending the texture method. Okay, so I'm going to flatten that and then just run a basic color action. I think I'll do Classic Rich. Okay, pulling the opacity back. I just want a little bit of a boost there, and I'm going to lighten it slightly. And darken the background just slightly. There's before and after. And then I'm going to flatten that and just brighten her eyes a little bit, since you asked so kindly. Let's just use the dodge tool for this, and I'm going to make another layer so I can adjust the opacity, and I'm just going to run that over her eyes. There's the before and the after. Before and after. So you can just use the dodge tool right on the eyes if you want to add a little bit of light and sparkle and bright to them. I'll pull the opacity back just a hair. And then I'm going to duplicate the background, sharpen it, and that's a little bit more sharpening than I want, so I'm going to pull that back till I like that. And then a lot of times I don't like to sharpen the texture, so I'll just put the layer mask on there, invert it so it doesn't show, and then I'm going to get a white brush and paint on the sharpening just where I want it. So one more time, the before and the after.